So, you know damn well how many years it took me to really wrap my head around the whole concept of Project Pan, of trying to use things up intentionally, all the way up to the point of gone, and if you had said that to me 10 years ago, I would have like a panic attack even considering it. We've come a long way from that point, I'm just saying, to where now I get excited about using stuff up. I feel like I have a massive win whenever I've used something all the way up, versus what used to feel like a sense of loss, now it feels like a sense of accomplishment. That is retraining your brain in action. So that's a good piece of the puzzle for being more intentional about such purchases and things. Um, but there's still room for improvement. So there's a lot of people who do no buy years. I do not have the willpower for that, nor would I want to just not buy anything for a year. Sorry, even though my stash is insane, don't care. That's not for me. I will never be at that point. That's not what I'm aiming for. There's people who do low buy years where they try to do a like one in, one out kind of thing. Like as they finish up a thing, they give themselves permission to buy a replacement for that thing. That's closer to what I'm trying to do this year, because I'm not doing a true low buy year, I'm doing a lowish buy year. Because I know that I'm making exceptions for quite a few things that others probably wouldn't. But each person who does one of these sets their own rules, their own exceptions. It is what it is. Everybody's got their own method of doing it. So for me, I'm not counting like my subscription boxes towards it. Like anything I get in a lore or Ipsy, I'm not counting towards the totals because I view that as a business expense that helps this channel keep going because it's a constant influx of products to review to have content for the channel. So, I'm not counting those. Even though other people probably would, I'm not counting those. I'm on the fence about the trend mood boxes because that's not a subscription service. That is me actively, consciously going out of my way to on purpose buy that box and everything that's in it. So I think the very last one I did count towards these numbers. I'm also not going to beat myself up over the fact that we know damn well anytime EOS or Burt's Bees puts out like new lippy things, I'm going to buy them. Like just straight up. That is accepted. That is like expected of me at this point on this channel. You guys look to me to review those. So I'm not going to beat myself up for the fact that we all know I'm going to buy them anyway. So, doing the thing. The numbers are still going to count towards the totals, but I'm not going to feel guilty about those purchases. So, basically the way I'm doing this, I have it in two columns because I have it like positive points and negative points. If I have used up a product in a certain category, like, let's say January 1st, we have clean slate status. Everything is at a neutral 0 on day 1. Now, let's say I used up a product. Let's say I used up a hand lotion. So that is one positive credit on the positive side of the line of now I can, without guilt, buy myself a hand lotion. When I do that, I have to take it off of that side. Now we are back at 0. If I buy more than one, now we have another point, or however many that I went over by, in the negative point side, and to clear those off, I have to use up one for each that's on that side, just to get back to 0, and only then can I start adding back into the positive points. It'll fluctuate throughout the year, because we know damn well things are going to dip in the red, and then I have to work towards clearing them off the board, and trying to get them back in the green. Sounds easy enough. If I had better willpower than I do, it'd probably be going a lot better than it currently is, but as of March, mid-March, I'm like, most of these I could probably clear back off the board by the end of the year. I'm not that concerned, but I should start being a little more conscious about not just impulse buying every last little thing that catches my eye. This is already having dialed it back. With the numbers we have right now, this is still dialed back from what I would normally be like in a typical year. Let that sink in, okay? So on the positive side of the line, as of right now in this moment, I can buy, without guilt, one hand lotion, one micellar water, one dry shampoo, one eye primer, one non-sheet face mask, two sheet masks, two eye creams, and 7 soaps. That sounds all well and good, and if at the end of the year, if the things from the negative side haven't been cleared off, whatever is left, we'll compare it to what's in the positive side, and try to see if we can balance it out with things of equal time it takes to use up, and see if we can balance it, and see what's not canceled out still at the end of that, and call it a day. It's only March, so I ain't worried about that part yet right now. We won't have to worry about that till the end of December. Now on the negative side of the line. Like I said, a lot of these I can definitely clear back off. Some of them I've already cleared off once, and they've ended up back on there a couple times already for some of them. So, like I said, it's gonna bounce around. So I'm not freaking out about it. I am negative 1 scalp scrub. Easy enough. 1 hair treatment. That can be any number of different things that can fall in that category, but okay, big whoop, I can clear that. 1 moisturizer. That'll definitely get cleared. 1 body mist. I have one that's getting close. Oh, wait, no. Body mist. Oh, that's fragrance. Oh. Well, we shall see. We shall see. 1 body oil. It's this guy right here. I literally just bought it because it was an EOS release. It is literally still sealed in here. I have to look up how to use it. But I'm pretty sure something like this will get used up over the course of the year. It's not really a format that I typically buy, so I don't see myself going crazy buying a shit ton of those. But anyway. 1 highlighter. Okay, I'll probably use one up by the end of the year. There's one that is in its last stretch right now, so I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Negative 2 primers. I could probably use up 2 primers by the time the year's out. I go through a lot of primer, so. 2 lip scrubs. Now we're getting a little ambitious, but I'm confident. I think I can make it happen. 2 serums. Still in the realm of possibility. Okay. Doable. 2 nail polishes. I'll be doing good if I can even use up 1. Realistically, this is probably one of the ones I'm going to have to try to balance out at the end of the year. But the fact that I only bought 2, it's this guy and this guy over here. They're both from the Legally Blonde collection from Static Nails. And basically, at $18 a pop, even if I wanted to, I couldn't have afforded to buy the whole line. But what my sister and I did, I bought 2. She bought 2. We made sure they were all different colors, so for both of us throwing $36 at this, agreeing to share and swap around back and forth amongst ourselves, now that 2 is really more like 4 each that we've bought into, since we're sharing them. Therefore, I feel a lot better about that. But, yeah, I'm not feeling confident about clearing those, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll surprise myself. 2 eyeliners. I don't know what I was thinking. I really don't. I'm not sure if I've ever actually finished 1 eyeliner all the way to the end. Maybe this will be the year it happens, but as of yet, I've never actually done it. So we'll try to consciously see if we can use up at least 1, if not 2. 2 shaving creams or oils. That should be easy. Easy peasy. 3 shampoos. That's pretty standard. That shouldn't be hard. 3 hair masks. I usually buy them in 2s, so I mean 2 of them are right there because I used up my second of the 2 that I had bought previously. So I was restocking. And then there was one more from Sephora that was in one of their Sephora favorites boxes. I admittedly, for the first time in a couple years, bought a couple of the Sephora Favorites boxes. One was hair care, one was lippies, so... Yeah, you guys are like, oh god, how bad's it gonna be when we get to that one? Hold your applause till the end. -3 acne spot treatments. 2 of them are literally the little just colloidal hydro stick-on patches. So 2 packs of those, and one that was like an acne spot pen thing. I don't think that's unreasonable. We shall see. 3 exfoliating scrubs. Now that can be... I don't think I have face scrubs on here as well, so I think that includes that. But basically, I may have bought a few Tree Hut scrubs, as if I needed more of those. I know. I'm aware. I'ma chill with them. But they had the peach sorbet one back in stock finally, and that was the original one I wanted last year, and it was out of stock for frickin' ever. And then since there was a coupon anyway that if I bought a second one I could get $4 off, I threw in the pink hibiscus, and then for funsies I may have thrown in one more. Sorry. Why am I apologizing to you? I should be apologizing to my wallet, not to you. 3 facial mists. These are not setting sprays. No, that has its own category that you're going to be asking questions about when I get to it, but I have an explanation. But the facial mists... Yeah, basically that was from Five Below doing the dupes of more expensive brands, and I kind of just wanted to try them out, because some of these I actually have the spendier versions of too. So I kind of wanted to compare and contrast, so I just grabbed them. At $5 a pop, I was like, it ain't breaking the bank. I don't care. We're doing it. 3 packs of makeup wipes. Those will go before the year's out. I have no doubt in my freaking mind. Mostly those aren't for taking the makeup off my face, occasionally, but usually it's for when I'm doing the swatch videos of the eyeshadow palettes on my wrist. And like a lot of times I run out of room and I have to do the clean slate in the middle. That's usually what I buy them for. So, yeah, they'll probably get used up. 3 single shadows. I'll be doing good if I use up one. Let's be real. Have I ever actually used one all the way up? No, I kinda haven't. But, again, like the eyeliners, we're going to try to make it a goal to see if I can do it. Even on one, I will count as a win, but... Yeah. I literally have one sitting next to me. Do we really think? Yes, it does say Polly Pocket on it. Shut the hell up. I know. Shut up. I mean, I've gotten some use into it already, but there's... I think I can use it up. I think I can. So, anyways... 3 body glitters. Okay, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Do I even wear body glitter? No. When's the last time I wore a body glitter? High school. To do the cat whiskers, because I was a weird little fucker. They came as part of a set. I did not intentionally buy them on my own. They were part of a set from Beauty Creations. Because not only did they do the Polly Pocket line, they did a My Little Pony line, and it came with body glitter, so I have 3 body glitters. I am open to hearing ideas for using them up. Okay. -3 shadow palettes. Same story as the last one. Literally same sets that they came in. At least they're small. They're like little 6-pan palettes. They're nothing huge, but technically it is 3 more that came in on purpose. 3 body lotions. That should be easy enough. Body lotions go quick with me, so I ain't stressing over that. 4 conditioners. Blame that Sephora Favorites box. I had 1 on the board prior. Actually, no, I had 1 positive point for it, and somehow ended up 4 negative. Yeah, it's like that. Now we're going to start hitting the section where you're going to go, Jen, what the fuck? Why? Just why? -5 blushes. I mean, a couple of them I can blame on the Beauty Creations sets, but 3 of them I definitely bought on purpose, went out of my way for. It was those 3 jelly blushes, I think from Revolution Beauty. They're like a dupe for the Milk Makeup ones, and I figured I can get all 3 of these for the price of 1 of the Milk ones. So let's see how they do. I kind of just want to try out the format, and I don't know what color I want, so I'm just going to buy all 3. I've tried 2. I'm wearing one right now as we speak. It's the pink one. It barely shows up, and it's fine. Actually, it shows up more in real life than it does on camera, but I like them. I could see myself using these up. But 5 is a big number of blushes to complete in 1 year. I thought I was doing good completing 2 in a year. But maybe with it being a different format, maybe it'll be a different story. Maybe if I focus on those and some liquid ones, maybe I have some kind of a shot at clearing them off the board. Maybe. But I'm not feeling as hopeful. I'm gonna be real. I don't know what I was thinking. And that was like just a couple weeks into the year that I pulled the trigger on those. So I've got all year to work on them, but yeah, it only goes downhill from here, guys. -7 deodorants. I can explain. Those of you who've been on this channel for years already know that, like, generally about once a year I go to the Native website and I bulk buy a bunch, and that's just what I use throughout the year. And it usually works out just fine for me. I actually bought 8, but I had 1 positive credit here to clear off, so only 7 are in the red. But generally, I bulk buy. What just fell down? I don't know what that was. I should be concerned. Anyway, regardless, I bulk buy once a year, use them all year, then they're gone, then we do it again. I don't like to ever be out of that, you know? Because there is nothing worse than having to then go out in public to emergency buy one while knowing that I don't have any on, and this is horrible. I'm not playing that game. I'd rather just bulk buy them and have them ready to go. And also have options to pick from of what I feel like using next, and not being at the mercy of what the store has in stock. So, there's that. Here's the one where everybody's going to question my sanity, myself included, but I kind of have an explanation. It's not a good one, but there is one. -8 setting sprays. Now, slow your roll. It was a sampler set. They are all 1 ounce. So, collectively, across the 8, it's the equivalent of 1 8-ounce bottle across all 8 of them. Mostly because I saw on one of those Ipsy best of lists, they had some from, I forget if it was Revolution Beauty or if it was from Beauty Creations, one or the other. They listed one, and I was like, oh, it's in this sampler set too, so I mean, if this one doesn't pan out for me, I've got these others to try out, and then I'll know if any of them are worth buying a full size of later on when I'm done with all these. But I mean, setting spray I always use anyway, so I don't mind having a bunch of it on hand, but yeah, just on paper that looks really bad, but the reality of it is that they are literally 1 ounce bottles, so it's really not as bad or as insane as that sounds. But the one after it kinda is. -9 body washes. So, I can explain there too, kind of. So, Dove did that whole crumble cookies collab, and I may have bought all 4 of them. That is only accounting for maybe half of these on here. So, Dove also made a bunch of, like, plant-based beauty bars that I really liked, but now they've made body wash versions of them. So I may have bought one of each of those two, except for the coconut. And then I forget what the other one I got was, but there was like one more, and that's how we have somehow ended up on 9. Do I confidently think I will use up 9 in a year? No, I do not. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I should have really consulted the list first before just impulse buying those. Yeah. But the last one, it's the one I know damn well all of you are sitting here waiting to hear. So, how many lippies, Jen? How many? How many? Let me preface this by also pointing out I have cleared 24 lippy empties this year. This is factoring that in, and we are still this in the red. 42 negative. How the fuck did I manage that and it's only March? Well, one, that's for a favorite set, but also EOS just put out 22 new ones all in one go yesterday, and I may have bought all of them. One of each. That does not account for the others. There is a lot of one-off ones that either people recommended me, so I bought them, or they caught my eye in some way, and I bought them, or I was, like, buying a Target order for other shit, and I just needed to top up the order so it hit the minimum to be able to ship. So a few kind of got thrown in here and there that way, but we are now at 42. But again, that said, we are only in March, and I've already completed 24 just on my own. Full empties. If I could already hit that by March, I might be able to clear 42 by the end of the year. But we all know damn well there'll be more releases by the end of the year that I'll end up buying. Because EOS never just has the one release throughout the year. Oh no. No, they don't. This, I think, was their summer release. So we're probably good to, like, fall when they do more, and then Christmas when they do a bunch more, so I'm working on it, but it's like, I've got this guy in right now that I'm, like, pretty low on. I've got, what else am I working on? I'm working on this guy right here that is still pretty new, but the last lip oil I used up, I did in under a month, so I'm thinking this shouldn't take too long. I'm working on this salted caramel EOS right here, which is still pretty full, but it's a mini, so that shouldn't take too long. I just want to see, this one will be over the course of the year, but I want to see how long it takes to use up a Biggie Bomb. So, I mean, we're already down this far, just since really starting to focus on it about a week ago, so maybe. So, I mean, those are like the 4 I'm really locked and loaded on at the moment, but that will change. I also have, like, another one that I'm using up as a moisture stick that's almost gone over here. Literally almost gone. So there's 5 right there that'll probably clear off in no time flat. Well, maybe not the biggie, but still, that's why I'm like, it sounds bad, but I have a pretty good track record of using shit up, so I'm like, could be worse. Could be worse. But I'm trying to make a conscious effort before I impulse buy things to make myself pause, look at the list, see how many things I have in the different categories of what the thing I am potentially impulse buying is, and be like, you really want to add that to your list? Does it feel worth it to you? Do you think you can clear that? How confident are you? And as we see, more often than not, I have been pretty cocky, feeling like, I can do it. I can do it. Now, is there any repercussion if I don't clear them off by the end of the year? No, only a hit to my ego, really. But it's just one of those, like, things that kind of retrains your brain when you're in the impulse buy moment of pause, step back for a minute, think about it, really consider it, versus just Not even giving it a second thought. Yeah, buy this, buy that. Nah, 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 nah. Again, like I said, this is scaled back from how bad I have been in other years. Do you know how many things I have successfully actually talked myself out of buying that I was going to? So there is definitely validity in the list and making myself look at it. I literally keep it pinned to my desktop, so every time I like close out my web browser, I have to see it again, and it's constantly right there. I did that on purpose to myself. I also know how my own psychology works. I don't like the word negative. I don't like seeing it, so I intentionally worded it negative, what, negative, like on every single line. So just instinctively, I want to be able to clear them really badly just to get that off the screen and get them in the positive side. It's not a perfect system, and I probably won't have a perfect score by the end of the year. But I want to see how close I can get. Because I feel like it's still progress. It's still progress in doing better with this than I have been in recent years. Because I know I kind of got out of hand with it, so I'm trying to dial it back in a way that doesn't feel completely restricting and makes me miserable, but at the same time, doesn't make my wallet cry every time that I get into an impulse purchase mood. Because, yeah, I definitely got bad with the whole retail therapy thing, especially during the pandemic when there was nothing else to fucking do. I got really bad with it. And then just kind of stayed in that mindset, so now I'm like, okay, dial it back, bitch, dial it back. It's like, we can do better. It doesn't have to be this extreme all the time. We can step it down while still indulging in some stuff. Like I said, it doesn't have to feel restrictive. But at the same time, you can be a bit more intentional about stuff, you know? So, that's where I'm at with it currently. I know. I was originally on the fence, am I even gonna make a video out of this? Because I know damn well the minute I do this, I'm gonna get shit from you guys every time I do a haul. I know this going in, but I'm doing it anyway. I would ask you to kindly refrain from giving me shit every time that I do one, because we know I'm still going to do them, but anyway. Some of them are old videos from last year that are just now finally getting posted, to be fair. So, there is that to keep in mind. But, yeah, I'm like, I could do better. And if I had gotten on making this video sooner, the numbers wouldn't have been so shameful yet. But this is what I get for procrastination, so lesson learned maybe on that, probably not, but yep, that's where we're at. So, anyway. At least I could buy a bunch of soap. I'm trying not to because I know this is a slippery slope. If I go into Bath & Body Works to buy 7 soaps just because I can, I'm gonna walk out with a lot more than 7 soaps. So, I'm like, just maybe hold off on that. Maybe keep them in the bank as you can technically do it, but maybe don't do it just because you can. Because I know semi-annual sale time will roll around, and then I'm gonna want to buy shit. And if it's a higher number, I'm gonna feel a lot less guilty about the shit that I buy, so. Anyway, that is it for this one. So as usual, you know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload, leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my eBay, my Reddits, everything and more. It's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Get your name on the end card for a month from the time of donating. Anyway, guys, till next time, see ya.